Alright, man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on gold standard culture. Warriors losing an in-season tournament game that officially, I think, at least from knockout contention, I think the Warriors are eliminated in the in-season tournament. They should have won, and they should have won big, but as always, the biggest enemy of the Golden State Warriors is the Golden State Warriors, and you know, I don't really know what to say other than that. I mean, you know, if you watch the game, they were up 24 points at one point. You know, they shot the ball well. They out-rebounded the Kings. Steph had a great night. Wiggins had another unbelievable night. Clay scored 20 points. It was, you know, everything that could have gone right went right. Dario Saric played well again. I think the only two issues that didn't have to do with the Warriors screwing themselves was Chris Paul getting hurt with he went down with left leg soreness. Excuse me. Early in the first half, I think, like right after the first quarter. And if I'm pretty sure it was on the drive he had where he fell, he did come up a little bit gimpy, and that was it for him. And then I don't remember if it was in this late second quarter or early third quarter, but Gary Payton II ended up coming out with some sort of right calf injury. So that one is very worrisome. You know, we've seen calf injuries, man. Every Warriors fan remembers KD's calf injury. You know, you don't want to see it, and you especially don't want to see someone rush back from it and have what happened to KD happen. So you know, I'm expecting at this point that Gary might be out for a while. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully it's not some big time thing, but it didn't look good. He came out really, you know, just not looking good. He was pissed, so you know, you never want to see that, and I hope Gary's okay. For Chris Paul, I think it's just precautionary. He has played in every single game. Early on, the durability's been there, and I don't think the Warriors want to push it, you know, especially because they were up big. They were winning this game, and I think they felt they could win without him. And frankly, they should have been able to, but, you know, old Warriors hurt the Warriors. So they went down. But aside from that, man, you know, the Warriors should have won this game. There was absolutely no reason to have lost. Again, 24-point lead at one point in this game. You know, and they lost on a Malik Monk prayer shot buzzer beater, or not buzzer beater, but game-winning shot. Steph missing a buzzer beater, and he kind of just had to chuck it because, as always, Steph is gonna get doubled and trapped, and you know, when someone's playing hot, yeah, Steve Kerr likes to take him out. So, get into why they lost. I think we all know. We've talked about it. You know, it feels like every Warriors loss, it's the same fucking things. Turnovers. Warriors had 18 of them, all stupid, including Steph, with what lost the game. Just a dumb turnover. He got trapped in the backcourt. Nobody came to really help. I mean, they kind of did, but Steph just threw the ball to nobody, right to a Kings player. I forget who. And that essentially sealed the game. I think that turned into a Malik Monk 3 that put them down only one. But the Kings down only one. I think it became 123 to 122 Warriors. And then fouls. The Warriors fouled 31 times, sending the Sacramento Kings to the free throw line 42 times. Now, the only saving grace in that, if you want to call it that, is the fact that the Kings only made 27 of those 42 free throws. De'Aaron Fox had a very weird night from the free throw line, 9 of 17. That doesn't really happen too much. I'm going to say that. I don't know if De'Aaron Fox is a great free throw shooter, but I don't think he's a bad one. Let's check real quick. Because that was kind of shocking. Yeah. He's typically like a 70 to 75% in that range from the free throw line. So I guess, you know, shooting around, what was it? did he? 9 of 17. That's 52.5. But yeah, that's terrible. That's not good. But still, Warriors kind of got away with missed free throws there from the Kings. But the third quarter in particular, man, they kind of just handed the game over to Sacramento. Sacramento dropped 40 points in that third quarter and got to the line, I think, about 22, 23 times, which I believe they said was a franchise record. It was like every single time Sacramento came down with the ball, free throw line. Every single time. The Warriors just could not play defense, didn't want to. Draymond's getting technicals again and getting mad and fouling for no reason, and Clay is not paying attention and fouling for no reason, and Wiggins is getting beat off the dribble and fouling for no reason. You know, it just handed the game over to Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox had been, you know, pretty non-existent throughout the game. He was kind of just chilling, and then, as always, right when the Warriors let off the gas pedal, that's when he strikes, and he took direct advantage. Again, the only reason this kind of didn't snowball further is because De'Aaron Fox didn't shoot too well from the line. So, could have been a lot worse than it was. And then, I think the biggest point in the game was, as we all know, the Warriors this season offensively have not been anything to celebrate. They've kind of struggled. Or I wouldn't even say kind of, they have struggled big time, especially at home. But just in general, 3-point shooting, scoring in general, just finding people to get the ball in the hoop, create shots, make shots, everything. And tonight, they finally got it. I mean, 29, like I said, 29 from Wiggins, 8 from Draymond, 20 from Clay, 29 from Steph, 10 from Dario, 7 from GP2 before he got hurt, 11 from Moses. You got scoring output. You should have been able to win this game. This was a good scoring night in general. 86% from the free throw line. They made 26 free throws, got to the line 30 times themselves. 17 of 41 for 3, shooting 42%. Nearly 50% from the field at 49. Like, you should have been able to win this game. And one of the biggest points in it was, I think it was early in the fourth quarter, Steph sitting, Moses Moody comes in and just goes nuts. He made 3 straight threes. It should have been 5. One of them got called off because of a blocking foul from Vezenkov. And then another one got called off because of an offensive foul, an illegal screen from Clay, I'm pretty sure it was. So, should have been 5 made threes in like a 3-minute range for Moses Moody. Only became 3. And he was the only Warrior making shots with Steph sitting, and kind of the only one keeping the Warriors in the game and keeping the Kings a little bit at bay. And for one reason or another, Moses Moody gets yanked. Gets pulled from the game. Wiggins comes in. The offense goes to sleep. Kings keep rolling. They get to the free throw line. Warriors turn it over. Game. You know, I'm not too critical of Steve Kerr in terms of, like, you know, decision making. I know a lot of people are. We talked about the not fouling up 3. That's one of my biggest things with Kerr problem-wise, is he doesn't like to foul when he needs to, but goddamn, does this team foul every other point. But one of the biggest things about Steve Kerr is, you know, as much as he's someone who rotationally will ride the hot hand, he will not. He's going to go back to the veterans. And I'm sure in the post-game press conference, he probably said something to the effect of, if we kept Moses in, we were worried that the Kings would attack him and they'd get more free throws. Which, you know, could be true, but it's not like Wiggins was playing great defense. It's not like Draymond was defending without fouling. It's not like Steph was. Not like Clay's a very good defender anymore. So, you know, you're trading someone who's having an absolute heater for Andrew Wiggins to keep Clay out there, who, in all fairness, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Clay didn't have a decent game. 20 points, like I said, 6 of 14 from the field, which is not fantastic. 3 of 9 from 3, which is not fantastic. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, which you like to see. Clay never really gets to the line. But Moses was killing it. you know, and he could have come up with some more big buckets. He was getting some confidence. They were even letting him bring the ball up himself. So, I don't know. That doesn't sit well with me for many reasons. One of them being we've seen, or I've talked about at least, how kind of weird Moses is when it comes to playing with confidence. He's very quick to get rid of the ball and doesn't really have that, you know, get out of my way, I'm going to get a bucket because nobody else is right now. And this is one of the rare times where that mentality was shown. And instead of capitalizing on it and using it to your advantage to help win this game, Steve yanked him. You know? And unfortunately, my thought is that's gonna become a precedent for Moses. Is like, even when I do have that offensive output, not gonna matter. You know, still gonna get pulled. Still not gonna play. That's something that I think hurts confidence. I mean, in this game in particular, you know, Moses Moody only played 13 minutes. Jonathan Kuminga only played 9 minutes. And in all fairness, Jonathan did not have himself a very good game. But still, you know, he didn't even score in this one. We all know Jonathan, he's got his offensive issues. But Moses was killing it. And that just genuinely doesn't sit well with me that they yanked him. But aside from that, last point I had here was Andrew Wiggins. You know, I said you get one of those big games every couple of years from him, which typically is true. But tonight, or last night, he had himself another one. And this time, instead of just scoring, nothing else, he kind of put it all together. 11 of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 29 points. Andrew actually played extremely well. Just a complete game from him. You know, again, 29 points, I don't expect every night. I don't even expect every 5 nights. But give me 20 and 10. You know, 20 and 10. 20 and 10 should be easy for this dude. I don't know why he can't do that on a consistent basis, but, you know, what was the game before that he had? I think he had like 12 points. It's just, I don't know. A game like this from Andrew Wiggins, it's great, but consistency, man. You got to keep doing stuff like this. Again, doesn't have to be 29, but just give me 20 and 10 on relatively good efficiency. Play hard defensively. You know, he had 5 fouls in this one. I know De'Aaron kind of went off, but still, just play hard, get on the glass, score in the paint, get some easy buckets, try to make the open 3. It should genuinely be easy for this dude. And then I also do want to credit Clay a little bit more too, and Steph for the rebounding. Clay with 9 boards. You know, we all know Clay's somewhat of a one-trick pony as far as like what he could do offensive or what he could do in general. Kind of just an offensive guy, but here, 9 boards from him. He made a couple great passes too, and he had a couple blocks. He had one big one, I think it was on De'Aaron. And then Steph, 10 boards himself and 6 assists, you know. Chris Paul being out, Steph had to make up with some playmaking, but like we saw in that final possession from him, or the final one before he ended up having a chuck for the win, or loss, I guess. Turned it over, so he ended up with 5 turnovers, but yeah, it's just, this was the game where you just should not have lost. You shot yourself in the foot, and because of it, you lost. The Warriors should have easily won this. They were handedly beating the Kings. I knew there was going to be some sort of Kings run. Every team has a run when you're up big. It's okay, but it's about holding that off, and the Warriors just didn't. They absolutely crumbled, and, you know, again, what would have been your lifeline, Steve Kerr took out. Want to point out the fact that the Warriors out-rebounded the Kings 52-46. Warriors still had 9 offensive rebounds. They gave up 12. We know the Kings always hunt the glass, but they still out-rebounded them. 25 assists to 25 assists. Still kind of held that margin pretty well. You got to the line 30 times. made 42% of your threes, you know? But you handed them the game by sending them to the line 30 or 40 times, or 42 times, and then turning it over 18 times, you know, including in the worst moments possible. So, tons of illegal screens, tons of, you know, just dumb shit that pushing off and charges and all that kind of stuff. It's, you know, I don't know. There comes a point in the season where it's like, even if you bring in a DeMar DeRozan, even if you do this, that, or the other to try to boost the team up, you know, can't fix stupid. Like, if you're just going to hand games to the opponent, I don't know. Bring in LeBron. Ain't going to matter. Bring in Kevin Durant again. Not going to happen, you know? If you're just going to turn it over and foul your opponent 1,000 times, you know, take dumb shots. I mean, one of the shots Clay took in the end, again, like we said in their last loss, they might as well just count as turnovers. You know, you just handed the game to your opponent. So, you know, and then I saw the post-game press conference from all the guys, and they're all like, we're not worried, we're not this, that, or the other. You know, and I get it. Yeah, there comes a point where you've won enough times, you've rallied back after having some tough moments, but you know, there needs to be accountability, and I just wish we'd see that from them on the podium, in the play. Like, just prove that you know what's going on, that you know what's wrong, and that you know what you need to fix, and you know, people get off your back. I don't know, but yep, that's pretty much it, man. Kings move on in the in-season tournament, and the Warriors have been eliminated after saying for like a week that they were going to be the ones to win it all. So, comedy, right? But yeah, like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The Warriors play again tomorrow, I think. Yeah, they play the Clippers tomorrow in San Francisco. I'm pretty sure it's in San Francisco. Take a look. Yep. In Chase. So James Harden, new Clippers, they've sucked. So I don't really know how that's gonna look. I mean, you could be potentially down Chris Paul, Gary Payton II again. And if anybody else is getting hurt, you know, might as well just rack up the DNPs now. So yeah. Other than that, we'll be back. There'll be a podcast at some point in the next few days, as well as the Clippers post game stuff. But yeah, man, if you guys like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your, I think it's today, Wednesday. And we'll see you then. Have a good one. Peace.